Alright, hello everybody. It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. I did not put the chat out, which you can't read anyways, but
well, let's just see. Let's just bring it out and
see how things are working.
Let's just check it out anyway. Push it up higher because you'll hit one of them icons up there
and it'll send us all over the place.
Yeah, we'll end up in La La Land somewhere.
Alright, I think we okay.
Get that one right there. There we go.
Yeah, we're good. Alright, we got a lot of people jumped in here.
Yeah.
Visiting tonight, and tonight we're going to be giving away something from Hills Mills Homestead later in the program. Somewhere along the way we'll ask a question, but you got to know your Hills Mills and Deep South info, huh?
You gotta know your info. That's right. Hello from Boca Chica, Mississippi, Miss Peggy Allen.
Yeah, a lot of our friends popped in from all over the place. So,
yeah,
what you been doing? Still fighting deer. We found.
Look, these deer at Pecan Grove. I guess they about like going to a petting zoo or something. I mean, we've got containers. Y'all seen our containers with all the stuff we have around them. They wove in amongst all that stuff in there and eat one of my cabbages and eat the butter peas off one whole side. I mean, they had to stick their head through stuff, kind of like, kind of like a goat sticking his head through a fence or something. I mean,
I told him that was going to happen, and he hadn't done nothing. So now tomorrow we got to beef up security.
If it makes it through tonight.
Yeah.
Man, these deer are something else, and they are nocturnal right now. I mean, they come out during the day in the woods, but around the house they don't come out till after dark, and I'm usually asleep by then, so.
Yeah, he don't like to have to get up in the middle of the night and go hunting and stuff.
No.
Anyway, it's illegal, but.
Well, it is. Well, it is illegal.
I mean, illegal.
Those deer ain't had nothing to eat, so that ain't had anything good to eat for so long that when you start putting in good old vegetables and stuff like that, they come a-running, I promise you. I mean, we've got 8, 9, 10 of them on cameras down in the food plots, and they just playing. I mean, they're out there all day long just playing.
Yeah, and what was I thinking? Something I was fixing to say, and then I forgot what I was going to say.
That happens when you get older.
Yeah, I was reading the chat.
Don't let it bother you.
All right, Miss Gill changed her name to Blessings Always.
Sandy Phillips asked her, y'all getting rain or any of the bad weather?
That's it. I was going to answer about the rain.
No, we ain't getting it ain't even raining here. I mean, it's just cloudy a little bit, but I mean, we ain't got no bad weather or nothing like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it rained twice early this morning.
That was last night.
Last night sometime.
Yeah,
I remember it raining twice.
Yeah.
Nadia said she just planted her yellow wax beans that I sent.
Now, Suzanne Hudson says, Mr. Danny, try a bug zapper. That's what I use. It works. Now, we have a bug zapper.
We do.
Hanging in the chicken pen, because we leave the bug zapper right there, and the bugs get zapped.
The chickens don't need the bug zapper. I think we need the deer zapper.
We need to put
We've got we bought the lights.
We have solar lights that are motion activated.
And somebody ain't put them out there. It ain't my fault.
Well, there's only one of me. I can only do
so
much.
I bought them. I said, here's the 2 lights. You got to get them out there.
Yeah. Hello, all moderators. I want to tell y'all all hello tonight.
Now, Hills Mill said there's multiple fatalities in Middle Tennessee from the severe weather already.
Wow.
And I think Kentucky, Louisiana, Upper Mississippi, Alabama, going on that. There's a stretch from starting down toward Texas through. It's just kind of waves. It's above us, but there's a line coming through here toward midnight, I think.
I think we're going to get some around midnight, a little after that. I mean, we need the rain. I'm not going to complain. We need the rain.
Yeah, Quilter is in Tennessee. She said Hendersonville and Springfield both hit hard.
Oh, that's the thing, man.
Fixing to get hit around 10.
This kind of stuff usually happens in the in the spring. You know, you don't.
Well, we do get them off and on during the winter because of Christmas.
Christmas, well, up towards where you're from, Christmas Eve one year.
Yeah, because
one tornado come through
you
there.
You and I just gotten married, right?
Well, it wasn't long after we got married. It came through there and tore up everything in there.
That year we got married, yeah. So it does happen around Christmas. Yeah. A deer zapper. That's what we need is a deer zapper.
Yeah, we need a deer zapper, all right. I need one that zaps him over.
We went to Whistle Stop for lunch.
It was delicious, he said.
You need to try Sleepy Bear. Just saying. And what's that new one I told you about?
My mind don't think about
it's a deer
food.
Steak.
Don't think about food.
Deer steak. It's not a deer steak. It's a steakhouse. I can't remember the name of it. It just opened last week.
I don't know.
I told you about it, and you said, I've not heard of that. And I said, no, it just opened.
Yeah.
We hadn't been there, but all right.
Wow, Delta Prepper said it just went through their ear. Tennis ball size hail just south of me in North Mississippi.
Wow.
Wow. Joe Biden. What? Joey Biden. Okay, I started saying. Scared me there for a minute, man. Whoo, that scared me. Joey Biden says, Danny, how are your eyes feeling? My eyes are not doing the best in the world. I got to try to get an appointment. And I've just been trying to get a few things taken care of before I actually do it, because I know I'm going to have surgery more than likely.
Pam said, I have solar lights in our garden and it helps the deer see to eat it.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking when they walk up and the lights come on, they go, oh, thank you. I don't have to sniff it out. Now I can see it.
Well, I'm hoping the motion detector things will, when it comes on, it'll startle them, but they might get used to it.
Hobo's Tread said, I can send y'all a deer zapper. He lives about 10 miles from y'all. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, we got a few deer zappers around. We might have to have one or two.
Oh, Sandra said, Danny, thank you for the tip on frying chicken. It worked great. It must be talking about dipping it in the cold water.
Yeah.
The Colonel Sanders secret.
Mm.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told his secret.
Well, you know how it is.
Danny can't keep a secret.
Chris says he's wearing his Danny Porch Time t-shirt watching the stream. Good stuff.
Oh, hello, Chris. That's Chris Farr. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Chickens are bug zappers.
Yeah, our chickens are bug zappers. Our chickens are anything zappers. Them suckers, they just, boy,
they go after anything.
Let's see.
The pond levels have not come up at all.
They have not come up at all. We have had no substantial rain. We got, I got like a half an inch one time, and then we got 7/8 of an inch another time. We got an inch and something another time. That don't do anything for a pond. I mean, you got to have about a 6 or 7 inch rainfall in a short period of time to do anything.
1 or 2 days.
Well, in a few hours, you know.
Yeah. What is a good fertilizer for citrus trees and peach trees? That's Amanda.
Well, Amanda, citrus trees, we just use a well-balanced fertilizer like 10-10-10 or something like that. I don't go with anything strong like 8-24-24 or anything like that. I just keep it kind of light. Because citrus trees, to be honest with you, they don't require a lot of heavy fertilizer. And they're self-pruning, so you don't really have to worry about that a lot. And peach trees, the biggest issue with peach trees is making sure you get them limed good. You want to make sure you get that pH right on a peach tree, because that is the kicker with it. And then just a good well-balanced fertilizer. Don't do like I did and put cow manure around yours and kill your trees, because my cow manure was tainted with grazon and it killed my best peach trees.
Yeah, we were sick when we figured out what happened. What will you smoke in the Epic Smokehouse?
I hadn't figured it out yet. We still got a little bit of smoked cheese we found. I don't have a pig. See, that's the thing about it.
We want more bacon, but
the guy that normally, Mr. Joey, that we usually get our pig from, he quit doing it. And now I don't have a pig, so I don't have any bacon. And it's about to
we thought we would find somebody that had pigs, but we haven't.
We're going to have to do something over there.
Photo Junkie said, my carrots are about 6 to 7 inches tall. Ours look
Ours
amazing.
are about, we got, the ones in the plastic tubs are about 6 or 7 inches tall. Now, the ones in the raised
And the deer
bed,
didn't get them.
yeah, the deer eat right beside them and didn't mess with them. The ones in the raised bed's only about 2 to 3 inches tall. They're not quite there yet.
What are your thoughts about mountain lions and cougars? Game and Fish want to deny them in many states. That's one more rock.
One more rock. You talk so low.
What are your thoughts about mountain lions and cougars? The
Game and Fish want to deny them in many states. They are in every state. It's just that they changed the name of them. In the deep south, they're called puma cats, and they're here. I've seen them. I've seen the black ones. I've seen the brown ones. They're very common here. They roam the woods all the time. I've never known of them actually hurting anything, but I have seen them.
Suzanne said, next time we see her at Jack's, asked about the pigs. I have connections. Okay.
Okay.
I got your card. It's in my
We do have her card, yeah.
That's our paint her.
Yes, my paint her.
Paint her.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have her card in my wallet.
She
right
knows
now.
I'm gonna remember that from now on. Paint her. She's the painter. All right. Will carrot seeds be viable if the flowers get frost before they naturally brown? I don't know what. Howard and Renee.
Will carrot seeds be viable if the flowers get frost before they?
They're letting them.
You're in your second year of carrot.
Yeah, they're letting them go to seed.
No, they've got to. The frost will destroy them. Yeah.
You got to put something.
You got to put something over them to keep the frost from getting them.
All right.
Somebody, let's see here. I'm wanting to start my own onion transplants instead of buying them. Any advice? Well, it depends on where you live at as to which type of onion you need, whether it's short day, long day, day neutral, or whatever. You want to make sure that you get the right seed to start with, and then you want to make sure you get them in the ground at the right time. Like where we live at here in the deep south, we have to have the short day variety. We have to have ours in by November in order for them to do good for the spring. So, you just have to kind of figure out, and we started our seeds, let me say this, we started our seeds in late September, early October, so that we have enough to be able to plant in the ground. Now, Miss Wanda here is tampering with something over here.
I'm not going to deal with that. Crazy Days. Who sent this? Where is it? Oh, Miss Jocelyn.
Yeah, Miss Jocelyn. You gotta have to hold it up where they can see it. You gotta, there you go. She's so dyslexic.
Miss Jocelyn sent this, and it says Merry Christmas, and got a little note to Danny, and it's New Year's blessings in 2024. So that's from Miss Jocelyn.
What else? We got a few things. We don't go to the post office very often.
I hadn't been this week, so I don't know what else might be there. But this, we're really behind. Sorry, SARRIE. I'm not saying sorry. How would you? I got goofed up now. Sorry. Anyway, if a lady that's been here before sent us a Thanksgiving, and I just got it, so I guess I'm a little behind.
You're a little bit behind. We just don't go to the post office very often anymore.
All right, this is from Miss Nancy.
Okay, was this here? I love this. Look at this. This is a piece of fat pine lighter.
Can you get it where the light can hit?
I don't know if I can do that or not on this camera here.
Miss Nancy said.
If I had a flashlight, I could, but I don't have a flashlight.
I got a flashlight. Hold on.
But this is a piece of this was an old fence post that they actually sliced this out of for a Christmas tree ornament. Don't get it next to a fire, because if you get it next to a fire, it's going to flame up. But I never really thought about this for a Christmas tree ornament. This one
we got plenty of lighter.
Let me see if I can make this happen.
This is Olight. Just saying, and Olight's having a sale, y'all.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it where you can see. You can actually see through this. Look at that.
Isn't that awesome?
Isn't that awesome? And when you got your lights on your tree going and everything, this is pretty awesome.
You could make people crazy.
I could. Or we could do it like. Do 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 do.
Give me that.
I'm having too
Before
much
you get in
fun.
trouble.
I'm having too much fun.
All right, but Olight is having a sale, so we like our
Yep.
Olights.
Oh, I love my Olights.
I don't have a link for the description or anything, but I can't remember what day.
I can't get enough Olights. Every time I turn around, I want another one because they.
Yeah.
I have them everywhere. You know, I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I go outside. I'm like, man, I wish I brought my light with me. I go, wait a minute, I left one here, and I run and get it. Sometimes they're charged, sometimes they're not.
We keep them charged most of the time.
Most of the time
and we
do.
have them stashed in cars, trucks, the Ranger. We have them. I have one in my purse. I can't remember if I got one on my keychain. They make little T90 ones that you can hook on keychains and stuff like that. And so
we actually gave some away here a while back. We gave one to an elderly man who he still uses that thing religiously.
He likes it.
He loves it.
When is the last time you had a deep South chicken dinner? We had turkey and rice earlier.
Well, we had turkey and rice. We have a lot of turkey and rice. We're gonna have turkey and rice forever, seems like. When
did we have chicken last? I did chicken and rice last week.
Was that chicken?
Yes.
Okay. We have so much turkey that I don't know. You know what I mean?
He thinks turkey and chicken taste a lot alike most of the time. He eats it. Oh. Beverly says she owns about 8 Olights. Same here. I have them all over the house and barn.
Oh, it hits the dirt. Says Danny, did any of the sugar cane go bad? The cane sugar? No, none of it went bad. Actually, oh man, you ought to grab a jar of it and let me show it to them.
Let me get a spoon and see if it.
Well, you can't. Don't open. You already have some open? Okay, she's got one in the fridge. It actually thickened up a little bit more. I was very impressed about the third day in the refrigerators. This has been some weird stuff this year. Normally, when you cook it and it, whatever it is. I put it in the refrigerator, and after the third day, it got thick all of a sudden. And not real thick, but it got thicker.
Right, this is what it's looking like.
This is, let me see if I can get
Danny
it up here.
says it looks like honey.
This is it right here. You know, you can see there's no, if I get this up here, there's no sugar in the bottom. It's all good to go. It's, you know.
Now you got to get it up where they can see.
Okay. I don't know if I can do this or not without making a mess. If I can get this up here where you can see it. See how it's stringing down there? Mm-hmm. It's just holding there. See when it's holding like that? Let me see if I can get it even. Let me see if I can get it even closer.
I put some on his sweet potato.
You see that? Look at that. That is good. Good. Ain't it making you hungry? Look, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Look at that. Just look at that. Oh, don't you want to taste that?
Taste it.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not gonna deal with that. You got to clean the spoon.
Got some good stuff.
He just had some on his sweet potato.
I did just had on sweet potato. I have a sugarholic here, natural sugar like this. Now, not the granulated crap in the store.
Yeah. So, you know, we've had several people want to know how you eat sugar cane all the time if he doesn't do biscuits because he's gluten free. And I do make corn muffins. So, and the corn muffins I made this afternoon had cane syrup in them. I went ahead and put some apples and cane syrup in, and you said they were pretty good, huh?
Oh, that's real good, yeah.
Yeah, but just normally corn muffins, he can take and pour his syrup over it. But his favorite way, the way he eats it almost every day of his life, is he makes a bowl of oatmeal first thing in the morning. Yeah. He dumps a handful of blueberries in there and pours cane syrup.
My morning breakfast, I'm going to tell you, my morning breakfast right now. I eat I boil my oatmeal. I take a bowl and I put a big handful of big old deep south blueberries in the bottom of it, frozen. They're still ice, hard as a rock. I put them in the bottom of the bowl. I pour hot oatmeal on top of them. And then I stir them around in the oatmeal, which cools the oatmeal down just a little bit. And then I get me a bunch of cane syrup and I pour cane syrup over in that oatmeal and stir it around. And then I get me a big old helping of canned figs or canned pears. I'm good to go.
Jeff Outdoors says, That's how I feel about the maple cream I make during maple season. Oh, you're making me hungry. Somebody sent me some maple cream and some maple cream candy.
They did.
Oh,
They did.
that stuff didn't last long. I'm going to tell you what, it just don't. Dee says she marinates her steaks in cane syrup and coffee.
I know about the coffee, Dee. I didn't know about the cane syrup.
We may have to try your recipe.
Let's see here. Kyra says, what can I grow in Washington State? Sorghum? Washington State, are you in zone? If you're in zone 8, you could grow sugar cane there if you're in zone 8. But if you're in zone 7, I would suggest sorghum. I know some people who grow sugar cane in zone 7, but probably not good.
Pam's place wants to know what is the difference between sugar cane and sorghum.
Sorghum is just a different type of cane. It has a seed head on top of it, and it's just a different process. They both cook out just the same. It's basically the same process. You run them through a crusher, you squeeze them, you mash the juice out, you cook the syrup. One's just called sorghum, and the other's called sugar cane.
And no, he does not put any type of cream in his oatmeal.
No. I don't put no cream in my oatmeal.
Cream honey is amazing. Oh, yes.
I have been guilty of putting a little butter in there every now and then.
Yeah.
You know.
Creamed honey.
Whipped honey. Whipped honey.
We have some
spun honey.
Spun honey.
It's called spun honey.
Some of them call it whipped. Some of them call it creamed.
I'm gonna tell you what. If you got a grandma, if you slap my grandma, she'd slap you back. But
I'm a grandma, and somebody slapped me.
That's what I'm saying. My mama was a grandma. If you'd have slapped her, she'd have slapped you back.
But I guess the spun honey or the whipped honey or whatever you want to call it, when we got introduced to that, it was amazing.
It is amazing. We had a company, Subi Honey, kept about 100 beehives on our property, and for several years, and they would always give us some spun honey and regular honey and stuff for letting us keep them on the property here. But we just come to love it.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah. Now, I have sorghum seeds because we had a subscriber that gave me some sorghum seeds.
And we do have them.
And we do have them.
Planted them.
I just hadn't planted them. That's a good way to look at it.
Right? Well, technically, we were a little low on land here at Deep South, so now that we have Pecan Grove, I don't know. But we got so many trees and stuff, and
I ain't taking out no trees. I mean,
he takes some out, but I'm threatening his hide on some.
The only thing I take out is a yopon or something. I don't take out nothing else hardly.
He's been diddling around with some of it, and I'm like, he rode me around today, and I was like, okay, time to stop. He can make some roads.
I'm just making a few roads here and there.
Making roads. We'll do.
We still haven't got all the way to the back of our property in some places.
And guess what he found yesterday?
I found another garbage pile.
2, didn't you say?
2.
Actually, 2 garbage
piles. I couldn't believe it. I told Wanda, I said, I guess we bought a garbage dump. I don't know. But,
yeah. Okay, so tonight we are giving away, this is a phone holder.
That's a cell phone holder.
You had to put it together from Hills Mills, and this one is walnut. Yep. But the one that we're going to give away, Kathy and Mickey's going to send, is poplar, and it's leftover pieces from our barn where Mickey brought us poplar and Danny put it on the barn. He's making these phone holders out of poplar, so you're going to get a piece of Deep South technically.
Yep.
And then in this package is 4 electroculture rods. This is the way Kathy packages them, and she puts a nice little note on here and everything telling you about them. So that's what we're giving away today, and let's see if they can guess the question. And if you've won before, please allow others to win, because we're not sending something to the same person every week. So we want a new winner. Danny and Mickey always do talks.
We do.
When Mickey comes.
When Mickey comes, we sit down and we do a talk about
all kinds of stuff.
Sawmilling, lumbering, and all kind of trees. I mean, you name it. We talk about it.
And one of them, they did talk about electroculture.
We did
probably almost a year and a half ago. Yeah. Probably close to 2 years. It's been
it's been a couple of years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half at least.
Yeah.
And
Come to find out, neither one of us is new to electroculture. I mean, I knew it
he
from.
He knew about it, but he didn't know if you did. And when y'all started talking, both of them.
Oh yeah,
knew.
I learned from Mr. Baker.
Yeah, and from there, this past year, that's when Mickey and Kathy got to doing the electroculture rods and selling them and things like that. And tonight, after our show, they're going to be doing a sale on their site till midnight. So if you want electroculture rods or a phone holder, or they do different things, you can go look at their woodwork and stuff and see what they have. But when they sit down and talk, in one of the videos, I think it was Mickey asked the question, I'm not sure, or made the statement. He said, Danny and I are older than... And y'all tell me what they're older than.
Yeah, y'all tell us what Mickey and I... Oh, I remember that one easy. Let's see. If anyone... Janet says, is ribbon cane syrup the same as your syrup? Ribbon cane is just blue ribbon cane is just a variety of cane. That's all it is. It doesn't... I mean, you've got...
Dirt. I knew they were going for dirt.
No. That is not it. That is not it. Oh man, you have to slow it down. Nobody said it yet.
I knew everybody was going to say dirt, but...
Oh, somebody got it. I'll see it down here. Keep going. Oh, you just went past it. You let it jump.
Where?
Keep going back up.
Okay, right there. Let's see if Miss Lippy finds it.
See if Miss Lippy finds it. But yeah, made me lose my train of thought now. But anyway, there's several of them actually coming up with it now.
But we'll see. O.C. Gardner.
Yep.
Thank you, Lippy.
O.C. Gardner.
Now, you need to contact me tonight with your at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com with your name and address, and I'll forward it on over to Miss Kathy, and she will be sending it out to you.
That is
Methuselah. But Google was the answer.
Google was the answer. Mickey and I were sitting over the barn talking, and
they were talking about, because I went back and watched it to find out exactly. They were talking about, like, Mickey has people come to his place and does tours and stuff, and has all kinds of whatnots on the shelves and stuff, or on a wall. And he said these younger people never know what most of it is, and they're asking questions.
Yeah.
And he would explain what it is, and they would go, how do you know that? And people are always asking Danny, how do you know so much? And so in that video, Mickey makes the statement. He said, Danny and I are older than Google. And Danny said, yeah. He said, Google used to ask, they used to send out all these surveys and stuff, and Danny would say, I answered them, so now Google knows how to answer people or something.
Yeah, I'm the one who taught Google.
Yeah, something like that.
I filled out the survey for Google. Yeah.
It was funny. But the answer was Google. So congratulations, OG Gardner.
Robert Mitchell says, do you ever smoke ribs in the Epic Smokehouse? No, I really hadn't had any ribs to smoke in there, to be honest with you. Matter of fact, I have some in the deep freeze out there. I seen them today, or yesterday I seen them. We don't.
Had an amazing deer season. He got 6. He's making salami, deer burgers, and breakfast sauce.
Way to go, Kurt.
Yeah.
I hadn't even shot the first one yet. I ought to kick my own behind, I reckon. Mickey and him is telling y'all that everything in the store is 10% off after the show until midnight tonight, including electroculture. No code required. Sales price are set for today only.
Yeah, they'll change after midnight. Kathy's going to sit up at midnight and then go ding.
Poppy C said, I was still in diapers when Google was founded.
Google's
not that old.
25, 30 years old.
Yeah, it's not that old.
So Danny really is a lot older than Google.
We're way older than Google is. We're older than most of the internet things that's out there.
All right. Jesus says, I've got to email Mr. Danny. I have a pecan question Google can't answer.
Oh, Google cannot answer your pecan question?
Okay, so Blessings always wants to know, do we find the old truck while you were clearing ground?
Yes, we did.
Video coming up in the next week or so.
Yes.
What it is, you're seeing on Pecan Grove, you're seeing old videos from January, February, March, April. I just posted them. I'm just opening up some. So the one that people were watching in the last day or two, we were walking through the woods, and we were just going around exploring, and we knew the truck was there.
Yeah.
We just couldn't find it. We spent, about a week walking that property every day.
Yeah.
And couldn't find it. So video coming up soon when we did find it.
Yep.
All right, so.
Nana City Garden says, I'm older than the first home computer. Well, so am I. I remember, what was the first home computer that came out? Was it Tandy?
Don't ask me because I didn't have one. My mom and daddy didn't have
I think we had a Tandy one time.
Until after I was gone.
We had Tandy, and then we had the, what was the one that was painted like a cow? Gateway.
Was it Gateway?
Yeah, Gateway.
Or Gate something. Something Gate something. Which sweet potatoes from the Hoss Tools did you like to taste the best?
Oh, the way that I tasted the best would probably be the Covingtons or the Georgia Jets. It's gonna be
both
one.
of them had good taste.
They both had a really good taste.
But our sweet potatoes that we've saved and made slips year to year to year
was the best.
Was absolutely the best.
It was actually the best. Ours, not that we're being,
It's just that they had a really nice taste compared to the others, each one. So.
Pong was the first, they said.
Okay. I've seen some I never heard. Commodore. I remember a Commodore.
I remember a Commodore.
But see, we didn't have one. The first time I ever used a computer, I was married with kids. And I don't remember what mine was.
I don't know. I just know that Tandy just popped in my head, and that was in 1990, I believe. 1990 or 1991, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. All right, so.
All right, I didn't bring my glasses in here. I don't know what I did with them. I had them right here, but I guess I took them away.
Let's see. I used to play Pong with the kids. I was one of them kids that played Pong on the TV. My first computer game, it wasn't a computer game, but it was a TV game Mama got us, was Pong. And you'd sit there with that little paddle or that little control and run that little paddle, that little line up and down and hit a dot and bounce it back and forth, like watching tennis.
Well, now let's just be. I could technically tell you guys something. The first computer was built back in the 40s and 50s, to be honest with you. Now that's the first big computer that was actually ever created. It was the United States government had it. It was back in the 40s, or late 40s, early 50s.
Home stuff didn't come out.
Home stuff didn't really come out until
the computers themselves, like in the.
It was around Tandy.
80s.
Yeah, it was in the late 80s when it came out, where everybody could actually purchase one. Let me put it away. Could afford to purchase one.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Because computers,
not everybody could.
Because computers were very expensive, and they were large. They covered
huge.
They covered a big area. I never played Pong. I don't know what Pong even is, but I never played it. I didn't have time to play games. I had to work all the time. I didn't.
I got to play Pong.
I didn't get to play. I was one of those poor kids that never got to play hardly. I always had to work.
Frogger. I spent many a time watching somebody play Frogger.
Mickey says my mobile phone was bigger than my current desktop. I remember when the mobile phone was in a suitcase, and you actually had to open the suitcase up, and it was kind of like you was like a Secret Service or something.
Yeah, like a big
secret. So you opened up, and you talked off of a suitcase
with a handle. You toted it around all the time. Yeah. The big ones use punch cards.
And Richard says, some of us are older than the internet, microwave, and color TV, but I'm still above the dirt. And that's the way I look at it.
They said the Apple computer was the first home computer, so it could have been.
I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I just know that I think Tandy was the first one we could ever afford to purchase.
Lou said, I loved Frogger and I still have my bag phone. Are you serious? Somebody still has their bag phone? Oh, man. I don't know. I guess the one that we had, the first one that my ex ever got was a bag phone, and he got it because of work. And kept it a year or two. That thing looked pitiful after a year or two. It was dirty because he's toting it around, using it at work and different stuff. I mean, it was crazy.
I still have a whole desk drawer over here full of floppy disks.
Oh, Maxwell Smart shoe phone. You know who Maxwell Smart is? I bet you don't. You don't watch a lot of TV.
I didn't watch TV hardly. I
Get
can't.
Smart.
What?
Get Smart.
I don't mean nothing to me.
You did not. You literally did
I did not watch.
Smart.
No, I didn't watch TV. I had to work. I'm telling you.
This is the funniest
I was took to the field.
007 type video TV show there ever was.
No.
He would take his shoe off and open up the back of it and dial and call somebody. I know who Maxwell Smart is.
I was one of them little kids that the government got a hold to real young. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, no. So somebody knew. See, Get Smart. See? Get Smart. That was the name of the show.
Jennifer Ann Fox said, I threw my floppies out 2 years ago. I have the thing that you plug into a computer that still reads them. Mostly my floppies have all my business stuff on them from my companies and everything. They don't have anything probably very important.
These people loved. Yeah, 99. His girlfriend was 99, and she was this nice. What was her name?
I'm telling you, this does not mean nothing to me.
She had long black hair. She was thin and skinny. Who played 99? Somebody tell me. Barbara Feldon, maybe? I can't remember her name.
I don't know. I didn't watch TV. I'm telling you, I had to work.
Yeah, it was so funny. Now, let's see, where are we at? Dark Shadows. I remember that show, too.
Nope, I don't know.
Barbara Feldon was Agent 99. That's it. Yep.
I don't even know who Barbara Feldon was.
Little skinny lady with long black hair. She's a good-looking little lady as far as...
Still don't mean nothing to me.
Oh. Yeah, they could call me 99, sure. I look a whole lot like Barbara Feldon. Not really. Miss Jean says she had a sexy voice. Yeah, that's why she was his girlfriend. Oh.
Don't know about that kind of stuff. I led a different childhood.
Yeah, he didn't watch TV much, but I knew when somebody said Maxwell Smart, I knew who they were talking about.
I didn't watch much TV. I had things that had to be done.
Oh.
I had to live a life.
Let's see.
Jean Ann says Dark Shadows gave him nightmares as a little girl. It must have been a bad thing, them Dark Shadows, then.
It was a soap opera.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it involved vampires, so that was the scary part.
Well, I was fixing to say.
And I mean, back when I was a little kid, I can't believe my mama even let us watch it, but she did. I don't ask me where my mama's brain was, but yeah, I used to watch it all the time. Right after I got home from school, that's when it came on, and that's what somebody else was saying.
Huh. Well.
Barnabas Collins. Yep, that was his name.
When I got home from school, I had a list of stuff waiting for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait till I got my first vehicle. I didn't come home from school.
Yeah, see, my crooked little Homestead said she even watched Get Smart in Canada on a TV with a round screen.
Double A, I would love to see a kid now with a rotary phone.
Well, we've got one.
I know, but I would love to see a young teenager or something with a rotary phone. Just
try to dial that
number. Yeah.
Oh,
I would love to see it. They'd be sitting there going, I don't know how to do this.
And then if you don't make it go all the way around and then let go, if you go part of the way, you get the wrong number.
You get the wrong number.
It was funny. We do have ones here.
Jay Robinson said, "What's the best method for distributing lime on an acidic yard and a garden?" I have a spreader to go behind my Rangers, but I also have one that sits on your chest and you just turn a little wheel like this. They work pretty good. And for the garden, in small areas, I just do it by hand. I don't worry with bringing out all the big stuff.
All right. So Hills Mills wants to know, what was your first vehicle?
My first vehicle was a Datsun pickup, a 1968 or 67 Datsun pickup truck. My daddy gave it to me. It was wore slam out. He told me, he said, "Son," he said, "if you can fix the motor in it, I'll let you have it." He said, "I'll even let you use my name at the parts house to get the parts." And I took that motor all to pieces, didn't know a heck about what I was doing. But I figured it out real quick, and I went and got rings and camshaft bearings and timing chains and gears and crankshaft bearings and all that kind of stuff. And I learned how to mic a crankshaft to see if it needed oversized bearings or not. And I learned how to mic the cylinders and stuff. I used as a matter of fact, I still have the cylinder reamer today. I still have that, and the cylinder hone. I still have all that stuff. And I actually rebuilt that whole engine and drove that truck till it had like 300 and something thousand miles on it, and then turned around and sold it to a lady who delivered mail.
She puts a bunch of miles.
And she put a lot of miles on it.
Mine was I think a 64 Barracuda. My dad bought me a Barracuda and then had it painted. It was a dark, almost dark blue black color with a white top. It was a hard top. And I didn't like it because it looked horrible. And so Daddy told me I could pick any color I wanted, and I had it painted baby blue. I have pictures somewhere. I have to dig that out and show them my baby blue Barracuda.
Well, I graduated from a Datsun pickup truck to a 1968 Ford Fairlane that I hopped up, used on the drag strip, and as a car to go riding around in. And then from that, I went to a Monte Carlo, the big old long two-door Monte Carlo. I hopped it up, painted it candy apple red, pinstriped it, had done the whole 9 yards on that, and then went from that to a Camaro, and from then on, I can't remember after the Camaro.
I went to
I got married at that point, and I had to get
I think a
family
1974. What did I tell you? I had a 1974 Ford Maverick.
Oh, the Maverick.
It was brown with a white top. Yeah, I had a Maverick, and it was hopped up. The guy that owned it before me was a teenager that had put glass packs and stuff on the back, and I was the envy of all the guys, but nobody would ask to drive. They were scared to death. They never asked. Oh, David and Nicole said their Datsun pickup had curtains in it. I remember some people did that.
Oh, yeah. We had a camper on the back of it for a long time. My Camaro was a 68 Chevy Camaro. Had a 6-cylinder in it.
Yeah. I'll get sleepy.
Oh, man. People talking about all their...
Studebakers.
Oh, I remember the old Studebakers. The El Camino. Yes, I remember the old El Camino.
My daddy had an El Camino.
Yep.
That's what he used in his business. It was green. It was two-tone green.
I remember the old El Caminos. Yep. Oh. I mean, I remember these old Ford Falcons. Gran Torino. My brother-in-law bought a Ford Gran Torino, and I helped him rebuild the engine.
We had a Gran Torino.
And it had a 3/4 cam in it from the factory, because I went to buy him a new cam, and it had a 3/4 cam from the factory in it. I mean, that thing was powerful.
Yeah.
And the older cars, before they put the unified bodies under them, those things were like tough as nails, man. I mean, them things were just tough.
Yeah, a lot of people had all kinds of... Well, we're telling all our ages now. We had a younger person say, she must be, let's see which one. Giovanna said, I think I must be the youngest one on here. My first vehicle was a Mitsubishi Galant It was not a good car or brand.
The Mitsubishi made some pretty good little old cars. I mean, they weren't very big or anything like that, but Mitsubishis were pretty good.
Jennifer's on here. She said, Mama's van had a kitchen and a table in it. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. My mother...
Pacers. I remember Pacer.
My mother and them bought a fancy van, is what my daughter's talking about. It's one of them fancy vans. It had carpet on the ceilings and all. You felt like Cheech and Chong when you got in it. And it had a table in it, had the little refrigerators and all that kind of stuff in it. I mean, and we traveled back and forth to Tennessee in that thing many a time.
Yeah.
Because we had to go get my brother. He was in college up in Virginia.
All right. Where are we at?
Oh, I don't know.
Now, what we got going on that we ain't done?
I was just sitting here trying to think of.
Gremlin. I remember the gremlin.
Oh, I had a gremlin.
Yeah, that's right. You said you had a gremlin one time.
If Jennifer remembers, we went to New Orleans in that thing one time and got down there, and the dadgum thing got where if you had to keep your foot on the gas to keep it idling. To keep it running, and I finally got it back home, and the doggone carburetor, the nuts on top of the manifold had vibrated off, and the carburetor was just sitting on top of the manifold vibrating. It was sucking so much air it wouldn't idle, and when I put new nuts on it, it idled down and ran fine then. I figured it's time to get rid of that thing. It was all glass.
Pam says, who is Cheech and Chong?
Oh, no. Everybody knows who Cheech and Chong is.
Danny imitated Cheech and Chong. Which one?
But my daughter may still have the video where I was.
Jennifer needs to pull out some video, and I need to take and show them.
You need some copies of it. I had hair hanging way down on my arms down here.
You were Chong, right?
I don't remember which one I was.
Cheech was.
And I had the big old heavy mustache coming down.
Long.
And smoking a big old joint about that long, you know.
You had on somebody's wig or something.
Yeah, I was having a blast.
Oh my goodness.
We was at a camp. I was goofing off playing.
Shag carpet. I had shag carpet. It was baby blue. Does that tell y'all something? Baby blue is my color as a teenager.
It would be. Yeah.
Up in Smoke. Yeah, that was Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong,
Up in Smoke. Cheech Martin.
Actually, they're still alive today. I watched them here a while back. I saw them.
Cheech Marin was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, well, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars.
But that was several years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. We were watching it, and we ain't watched TV in a while, but we were watching Dancing with the Stars.
Jennifer said I have it.
She does have it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Don't give that to Miss Wanda, Jennifer.
Yeah. We need to do some videoing.
Hills Mill said, that's why you're so laid back, Mr. Danny. Well, if y'all only knew me in my younger years, I was nothing like I am now.
He cut up all the time from what he still does occasionally, but he's too serious now compared. Avocado green appliances.
I've mellowed out.
Yeah. I remember the Harvest Gold green.
The Harvest Gold appliances, the avocado green. There was also, wasn't there a yellow one too? I mean,
Harvest Gold was a yellowish.
It was a yellowish color, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Molly says, Danny, thank God you got delivered. Yes, I did. I got delivered. Yes.
He cut up so bad. He was always pulling jokes on people and carrying on.
I have played so many parts in life. I played a thing where I got murdered one time.
Scared his brother slammed.
Scared my brother to death. I played. I wore the actual Chewbacca suit from Star Wars.
Scared his preacher and his wife to death.
Scared my pastor to death. Like to got me killed by a bunch of Boy Scouts. It's a good thing I could run as fast as I could. There wasn't a hunter in the woods with a high-powered rifle, or I'd have been killed. But
he was trying to pull a joke on Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts decided to come after him.
They was gonna kill me with them tent poles. And believe me, them little boys could I'm just glad I didn't stumble and fall down.
That'd be beat you to death.
They'd have beat me to death, man.
Oh, and then he wore the suit to church on Sunday. And
I wore it.
Sat down by the preacher's wife. I'm telling y'all, he pulls some stunts.
I have pulled some stunts now. I have. I actually, I did the Sasquatch thing, man. I was.
Oh, it was funny.
Jennifer says, remember Pawpaw acting like someone coming on the property? Yeah, I almost shot him and killed him. He come out there with a big old overcoat on with this old gnarly looking face with a cane, and about 10 o'clock at night walking up to my house in the dark, beating on the door, and then he'd run back out away from us and stand in the dark. And the first thing I thought, I said, somebody's trying to get my attention and come in the back door. I hollered, lock the back door. I'm fixing to shoot this person. And he went to hollering, whoa, 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 you know. So
yeah. We're laughing so hard we're crying. I know, that's me. I'm having to wipe my eyes because every time he talks about the Chewbacca story, I crack up.
Oh, man.
I just can see these little, poor little kids, these
Well, what I did
Scouts.
was, I was scaring the church group, because the church group was camping off out in the woods. We didn't know nobody was even going to be in there, you know. We was on a resort, and all of a sudden, I saw, man, a whole pile of Boy Scouts coming in there. I slipped around with the head off of it.
Well, first off, tell them about the preacher coming in, because some of them may not have heard the story.
Well,
and you were trying to scare the preacher and the
I was going
to
scare the church group because I had access to the Century 20 Fox Chewbacca suit. I actually had access to it from the people who actually made the movie, and so I got the suit, and I talked to. I knew the church was going on a camping tour thing out in the woods, so I talked to the. I guess you call it the moderators, who was going to be out there moderating all this stuff, and I told them what I was going to do, and they said, yeah, that'd be fine. Chaperones, yeah. They said, yeah, that would be fun. And I told them about what time I'd come in there. Well, I had my wife at the time to drop me off about 15 to 20 minutes before they ever got there. Take me in there and drop me off, and I stood on the side of the road and I watched them all come in. And I gave them time to get down in there and get a fire built, and probably an hour or so like that. But then I saw this van coming down through the woods, and I looked from a distance. I said, "That's my pastor." I recognized the van, so I put the head back on and zipped that thing around, and I ran out in the road in front of him, about 50 yards in front of him, and stood in the road. And he just like stopped. And I just kept standing there looking at him, and I took off running in slow motion down the road, running real slow. And then I veered off into the woods, and man, he just sped up, zipped on down to the church people down there. And of course, I ran on through the woods and got down there almost the same time he did, because when he went past me, I just run out behind him, and I ran behind the van in the road behind him all the way down there. And I got out and stood about 10 feet from everybody in the dark and the shadows out there and listened to him tell the story about how he saw Bigfoot, and for them to be really, really careful. And I would, after he left, I would make a dash ever so often across the daylight from the fire. I'd just run across the clearing a little piece, and where people could just catch a glimpse of me. People would scream and holler and all this kind of stuff, and I ran back up the road, and then I saw the Boy Scouts coming. And I just followed them down in the woods and took the head off of it, and when the older men got out and the boys were setting up the tents, I grabbed one of them and pulled him to the side, and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "is it okay if I scare the Boy Scouts tonight?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "This would be fun." I said, "Ain't nobody got no gun now, do they?" And he's like, "No." He said, "We ain't nobody got no weapons." So I put the suit on, and them boys was out there. They were driving their tent stakes in the ground and getting ready to put their tents up, and I ran in amongst all them boys. Look, Boy Scouts then and Boy Scouts now are two different groups of people. Them Boy Scouts then said, "Oh my God, it's a monster! Let's kill him!" And they took off after me with tent poles. And they were running me through the woods. I mean, guys, if I hadn't been long-legged and been the good runner that I was, there ain't no way I could have outrun them little rugrats, because them little things was coming through the woods like spiders. I mean, I was running for all I was worth. Luckily, I made it to the road, and when I made it to the road, I was a long-distance runner. They couldn't hold a candle to me because I could run 100 yards in 5 seconds. Man, I just, poof, I was down that road and gone. I got off down there off in the woods somewhere. I still had the head on that thing, man. I couldn't even breathe. I had to lay down beside the tree.
Take all that off.
And I was like, I had to take the head off this thing where I could breathe, you know?
And so he didn't tell the preacher or none of them.
No, I never told the pastor the pastor left without knowing anything. And the people at the church didn't tell him either. Because they thought it was kind of funny. And Sunday morning, I waited till Sunday school got started real good, and I come up to church with that suit on, and I put the head on, and I just walked through the back doors of the church during the preaching service.
You waited till he was...
I waited till the preaching service, and they were singing songs, and I walked in the back door of the church and opened them 2 doors up and walked in and sat down by the pastor's wife, like to scared her to death.
And then she realized who it was.
And I just kept sitting there, and the pastor was a smart man, though. He sat there and he looked around the congregation. He said, "Now, who is missing?" And he looked over there and he saw my wife sitting there, and I wasn't sitting with her. And he said, "Mr. Danny," he said, "I ought to knowed it was you, boy," you know. And I unzipped the head, took it off, and we all had a good laugh in church. But anyway, that's when things were fun. You could have fun back then.
Nowadays, you get accused of being racist, or you'd be accused of offending Bigfoot or something.
Somebody have a cell phone, they'd call the law, and you get locked up. You know, and that's what would happen. Or a police officer would shoot you.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, it was fun though. I mean, those were the good old days.
They said you're killing them.
Oh look, I played like I got murdered at a church group one time, man. That was a big sting thing then, man. We had it all planned out before we ever went down to the creek. I was always playing something else on somebody.
Oh. He's always doing stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
So. Oh yeah, they'd have put me in Cindy at Simple Backwoods is right. You'd get put in a mental ward today, which might not have been a bad thing. At least I got fed and
had a place to sleep.
Had a place to sleep. Yeah. Oh, anyway.
But he did. Y'all, he's always doing stuff.
I keep Miss Wanda laughing like that. That's why she stays with me a lot of times, I think. It's because I think she feels like she's married to a nutcase 90% of the time.
Well, when we first married, we hadn't been married too long. We got married we were picking blueberries.
Yeah.
We got married about the time blueberries come in. That's right.
Yeah, there was. It was right.
And he said, "Look, I always go out to my mom's and pick blueberries." She had, what, was there 50?
100.
100.
My mom and them had 100. They had a blueberry farm.
Trees.
They had 100 blueberry trees.
It wasn't bushes, trees.
These are trees, yeah.
And I said, "Well, I'll pick blueberries. I don't mind," because school was out. I was going to college, and so I was out of school, and I wore my Docker pants and my shoes, my good tennis shoes.
They're good tennis shoes out
all
there.
This to pick blueberries, because I didn't know no better, and I didn't have no junk clothes. And he says, "You ain't got some old blue jeans or something?" I said, "I don't wear blue jeans." And he goes, "What do you mean you don't wear blue jeans?"
So I told her, I said, "You don't wear blue jeans?" I said, "What the heck is wrong with you, woman?"
I worked in an office. I wore dress clothes all the time, and I just was uncomfortable in blue jeans. And so I had to buy some shorts and some blue jeans and stuff to pick blueberries in. But we would go out there and pick blueberries. And where was I going with that?
I have absolutely no idea. All I know is you were.
Oh, I know. Anyway, we'd be out there picking blueberries, and you know how you say something about if I said anything, whether it was "the sky's so blue," and he would start singing a song.
Oh, I'd sing a song, yeah.
The sky and the blue sky or something, and every time you would say something, he was singing part of a song.
Yeah.
I mean, we spent all morning, every morning, picking blueberries, listening to him sing pieces of songs.
Well, my mind, I mean, I had a photographic memory. If you ever started singing a verse of a song, I could remember the song, you know, and I would just sit there and start singing it. And then I'd quit, and then they'd say something else, and I'd sing another song. They'd say something else, I'd sing another song, you know.
Yeah. So we've always had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
pulling something every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, life is too short not to laugh about something. I mean, you know, laughter, the Bible says laughter is a good medicine. If the doctors would give you something to make you laugh more, probably. All they do is give you something to make you cry. When you look at the bill afterwards, you just start squalling, you know.
Or they give you something to drag you down, not to make you feel good.
They don't give you nothing to pep you up. They give you a downer. You know, they don't give you nothing, no kind of thing to make you get happy, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so it's getting 8 o'clock.
Oh, it is 8 o'clock already.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
I'm telling you, we have been busy, but we hadn't been doing anything really. We've not even made any videos this week.
We ain't even made a video.
I guess we got to do a garden update and
we do
stuff like that, and I don't know what. I don't know. We just had a loss. We've been chilling this week. We've been working, but we've been chilling too. It's been a little cool, so we've had a fire.
Look, get this now. We had a fire every day this week. The highs was only in the mid-50s because we didn't want the house. We didn't have no heat or anything turned on, so we just letting the wood heater do the work. And yesterday we had a fire up till about dinner, and then today it turns off almost 80 degrees, and we're sitting here now sweating. I mean, it's just crazy. I guess we need to put the fire out.
We did.
We did.
Yeah. We didn't have a fire today. But, I mean, that's the deep south. Sometimes I mean, I've gotten up in the morning, he'll build a nice little fire, and by 10 o'clock I'm opening windows and doors and letting the fire go out because it gets really hot. You never know. You wake up one morning and it's cool, and by 10 o'clock it's hot.
Yeah, one thing we realized, I mean, we made the cane syrup videos and stuff like that. We realized, nobody just really. I would be happy if people would make more videos like that, but no more views than we get. It really not even worth our time making them, to be honest with you. I mean, we just make them because it's just, we just like making the videos, and we like showing the old ways of doing things. They don't really make anything. You don't get a lot of views from them because most people don't even look at them. It's just one of them things that's just something Wanda and I just love to do. I mean, we've done them every year. I don't know why. We probably got a whole playlist of them out there,
What?
Cane making videos.
Oh, yeah, we do. We got two. One is called cane syrup, and I forgot the other one's called how to make.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the last several years, we got tons of cane videos.
That's what I'm saying. We got a playlist with all of them in it. So you can sit and watch every year us making cane syrup.
I mean, we were going to go live sitting out here the other day, and I told Wanda, I said, there's no need going live. Ain't nobody going to watch it. I mean.
Well, last year we went live because we had David the Good here. And he brought 2 boys, right?
Yeah, he brought the two boys. Yeah.
And they kept everybody entertained. Between Danny and David and the 2 boys, people stayed for 5 or 6, 7 hours. I don't know how long we were live last year.
We were live all day.
So that video's out there. If you want to watch for several hours and watch David the Good and Danny and the 2 boys, it's out there somewhere. Every year usually we have somebody come by and help, but this year so far we hadn't. We just did it ourselves. So far it's
just been us this year.
And we do have one more time to make syrup maybe this week. But I don't know. We had Sheila from Quake Lake. Her and her husband Steve were here one year. I'm trying to think who all. The Lorries were here one year.
Yeah.
Amanda from Freedom Acres was here one year. Who else has been here and helped? I can't remember. Oh, we had the tall guy that it kept hitting him in the head.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
67.
Yeah, he was an elderly gentleman.
Yeah, him and his wife
came.
And Zoltan helped fix the cane mill.
He helped me fix the mill.
Yeah. He helped Danny pour the bearings, and actually Zoltan painted it, I believe.
I painted it.
He painted the yellow.
No, I painted the yellow.
He painted something.
He painted the red. I painted the yellow. He painted
the red, okay.
I painted the yellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he painted something. I couldn't remember. So we've had a lot of people come through off and on helping.
I just love doing the old things in life. You know, I love doing the old ways. It's not that it's productive, what I call really productive, but it's, I don't know, there's just something about doing the old way of everything that just brings back a lot of memories from my childhood, you know. And I guess if you don't have any memories from a childhood, I guess it don't matter.
If you didn't do anything other than watch TV and play games.
Yeah, if you just watched TV and played games, or just went to school and come home and watched TV, I guess you got no memories. But
well, we're going to be making cornmeal and grits and corn flour before long. We just got to get the cane syrup is kind of mandatory. We had to wait on certain weather conditions, and that helped. We got one more thing of cane. And hopefully...
Mr. Mickey wants to know what size is that cane mill, 11, 12, or a 13. It's the smallest one, Mickey, so I guess it's probably 11. It's called a single horse.
Yeah.
It actually don't have a number on it. It's the new model Chattanooga.
It's called new model.
It's called a new model.
I don't know that it had a number.
I don't think it had a number on it. It's just called a one-horse new model Chattanooga 1918, I think.
I don't remember the year.
I think it was a 1918 mill. But
all right, so y'all put your prayer request up, and we're going to be having a prayer. Are they taking away their memories? I'm not sure what he's asking. I think the old way. Yeah, I mean, if you sit and, like, I watched a good bit of TV when I was growing up, but I read a lot too. But we had chores like washing dishes and folding clothes and keeping our rooms cleaned, and with it was summertime, we had to help mow yards and stuff like that. But we weren't busy 24/7. You know, we had plenty of time, and at night it was family time, and everybody watched TV, and it was things like Bonanza and I don't even remember what all came on at night back then. The Beverly Hillbillies and, you know, I Love Lucy and all those things. That we could watch that kind of stuff. We didn't watch weird stuff, and we were always in bed. Mom said at 9 o'clock, bed, you got school tomorrow, and that was kind of the thing. Nowadays, people let their kids stay up till they get ready to go to sleep, and then they wake them up and they're tired every morning. I mean, I don't understand sometimes. Dee said keep Donald in prayers. And
Deidre said she needs a job.
Blessings always says her sister.
Well, there's a lot of unspokens. Upper leg pains and everything. I mean, there's lots and lots of stuff here, guys.
The people with the tornadoes today. And
throughout
the night.
And throughout the rest of the night. None of us is out of the weather. Now, we're in what's called a number 1 area, which is a slight risk.
Mm-hmm.
But they can still happen. You know, I mean, that's the thing about it. But anyway, I guess we better, I guess we better pray for these people and ourselves mostly.
Yeah.
Father, we come to you, Father, just, man, there's some bad weather going on tonight. And when these kind of things begin to happen, we just always look to you for guidance and for protection. We pray for your safety, not only for us, but for all the people that's out there, Father. We've already heard that there's been a lot of damage from tornadoes, and there's been a lot, or maybe some loss of life. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there was. And Lord, anytime stuff like this happens, it touches our hearts, because people's lives are altered and changed, and it's never a good thing. And we know that as we go into this coming year, that this coming year is going to be even worse. It's going to be more of a roller coaster type year, and Father, it's already starting. So we're just praying for safety for everyone tonight, and then with lots of people putting up that they've got family members, or they themselves have cancer, are dealing with different stages of different cancers. Some of them saying that they got family members at the end stages and all. Lord, I pray for these people because I spent 6 years dealing with that and over 10,000 hours worth of research into it. And Father, it's not good. It can be healed if they would permit it to, but they just will not allow it to happen. And Father, that breaks my heart because lots of good people pass away because of it. And Lord, we just think about all the different people. Some people are going for tests. I mean, I know people is going to have tests done this week. I pray for Ms. D's husband, Donald. I mean, bless his heart. Someone works their whole life and gets right down to the end, and then they start having physical issues and then come down with cancer and different things. Father, it just breaks my heart to see this happen to good people. And Father, there were many unspoken prayer requests. Now, those are the ones that really get personal. There is the unspoken ones because they're usually so personal that they can't even mention them. And Father, those are the ones I know you pay a lot of attention to those. And I pray that you'll just answer them for these people. Father, give us grace tonight. We need mercy. We need tenderness. We need grace. We need your love to be shadowed down upon us. We need to claim Psalms 91, Father. We need to be sheltered under your wings like a mother chick does her little bitties, Father. And we need to know that nothing can pluck you out of your hands, and that if we, like it says, if we dash our foot against a stone, there's actually an angel there to deliver us up. And Father, thank you for all these promises that you give us through scriptures. And I just ask that tonight that you give us all peace and comfort. Our nation is in turmoil right now. Next year it's going to be even more turmoil. Father, there's stuff being done under the ocean out there right now. They're not even telling anybody about all kind of wars that's going on underwater, and nobody's even talking about it. We got volcanoes going off in places nobody's talking about hardly. We got tsunamis happening in places nobody's talking about. Father, loss of life everywhere, and nobody's saying anything because nobody wants to panic anybody. Foreign countries telling their people to stock up on certain things because they're going to need it in the next 6 months. America sits back, does nothing, tells her people nothing, Father. I pray for the people of our country that they will get their head on their shoulders, and Father, and that they will look around and look up because there's things fixing to start happening, and to stock up and get prepared for the year that lies ahead of us now. So give us the strength, give us wisdom, but Father, not only with wisdom, because you can have wisdom and be an idiot. Give us, with wisdom, give us the understanding that we need to be able to live a more productive life and one that's more pleasing to you. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Oh, man. Oh.
Just hit an ad in the middle of the prayer.
Oh, I would not doubt it one bit in the world. Right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle. I don't doubt it at all. That's how the devil works. You see how it just kind of pauses here for a minute now?
Mm-hmm.
That's because they got an ad in it right there now. And then people will come back. Thank you, Miley. There's just, oh, man. There's just so much going on out there. There it goes. Yeah.
It's catching up.
It's catching up. It's catching up. Gives me time to stretch. I could stretch a mile, but I believe the walk back would kill me.
Well, I've got to work my hands. I've been squeezing lemons for 2 days. I did it last weekend. I did a whole 5-gallon bucket of lemons. I hand squeeze every one of them and put them in little juice bottles. And then Chris had brought me 3 5-gallon buckets. So I got one done last weekend, and yesterday I think I did a second one, and today I did half of one while I was doing stuff in here. I was back and forth cooking and different stuff, and I managed to get another, so I got half a bucket left. I got a lot of lemon juice thanks to Chris.
Yeah, guys, y'all, a couple of things tonight. Pray for your pastors. If you have a pastor of a church, pray for the pastors, because I'm learning all across this nation that pastors are not talking about the end times that we're living in. And that is so discouraging to me right now because, and it's heartbreaking at the same time because right now is the one time in history that pastors need to be speaking on Daniel, Ezekiel, Revelation, Joel, Isaiah, all these different passages that deal with the end of time. Well, it's not the end of the world, but it's the end of the age as we know it. These are the times when our pastors are falling. They're failing. They should be jumping out there talking about what's going on in the world and talking about, how to deal with these end time events that's going on. They should be talking, getting the congregations ready and telling them what to do and how to do it according to the Word of God. But they won't do it. And I don't know why they won't do it. They want to sit and talk about drugs, sex, alcohol, all this kind of stuff instead of talking about the most exciting time in human history is the end time events of Revelation. And I don't know why in the world they won't do it. I just don't know. It's beside me. I'm hearing this from all over the country that pastors will not. And if you're a pastor, please get on your knees before God and ask Him to start showing you how to work with your congregation in these last days. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the simple fact that a lot of churches sign a tax waiver, and they're scared they're going to lose their tax exemption. Because so many people, believe it or not, go to church just to be able to donate money so they can write it off on their taxes. I mean, that's just wrong. I don't care. That's just wrong, Oh, man.
Was that your tip?
No, that was not my tip.
I didn't figure it was your tip. That's just free advice.
That's just free advice. That's just something that came into my mind at the last moment, and when the Holy Spirit leads it, I just have to say it. I mean, may make some people mad. I don't even look at the chat when I'm talking. I don't even want to see it, because I know that if somebody's here and they're a pastor, I ain't picking on nobody. I'm just telling you, people from all across this nation are saying this to me about why won't their pastors talk about the end times. I don't have an answer. I don't know. If I was a pastor right now, I'd sure be doing it. My people would probably run me off for talking about it too much. Anyway. Mm-hmm. I guess I better stop on that one, hadn't I?
I don't care.
Oh, yeah, you got to stay away from the 5s and the 1C3s. That's probably what gets more people in trouble than anything else. But maybe I want to pose a question tonight. On a tip, I want to pose a question tonight. Wanda and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. Rather than just give you a tip, I want to pose a question. And the question is, go back and look at all you raised this year in your gardens, your raised beds, your containers, whatever you done this year, however you done it. Because, we're going to have to start taking inventory ourselves because we failed on a lot of things this year. And look back at what you did this year and ask yourself the question, if this coming year in 2024, which it will, I will assure you, I'm giving you a riddle, okay? In 2024, when the price of everything begins to soar even more, and some things are even harder to come by, if what you done this year you had to have it for 2024, how would you fare? Would you have enough to eat? Would you have enough set aside for hard times? Would you financially be able to survive it? Would you physically be able to have enough food to keep your energy level up where it needs to be? Could you take care of yourself? These are things that we're posing questions to our own self here. We're asking ourselves because normally we put up 50 to with 30 gallons of figs, we get 30 to 40 gallons of figs every year to put up. We usually put up, I don't know, 60 to 70 jars of pears, things of this nature. Guys, this year, we didn't put nothing up.
I put up probably...
No pears. Well, we did put we put 6 to 9.
Less than 12 jars of pears.
Yeah, less than 12 jars.
The
figs never got canned at all. They're just in the freezer.
I've just been taking them out and cooking them as we needed, so they never got
canned.
Jars.
No.
But we still have them, but it was like, what did I tell you, 5 or 6 gallons compared to 30 gallons?
Right.
So, it
wasn't our fault, it was the weather.
Yeah. The sweet potatoes did really well, but I have not canned all of them. I've got maybe half canned, and we've been eating fresh. But I need to can the other half.
Yeah.
But we have been eating fresh, and I fixed a bunch of today for him for a few days.
Joan Matchett says, I need to get the slugs down. Way too many. Joan, if you'll go to Mr. Mickey and get those copper coil rods and put there where those slugs are, you won't have any more slug problems. Slugs hate copper.
Yeah. And almost everything we planted, a lot of it did well for the weather.
We did decent in some areas.
To can and produce for the next year like we usually do, I would say about a third.
Yeah.
To be honest, about a third of what we usually can. And I usually can a lot all year long. And I just, looking back, I'm going, we did not can. We didn't have it to can.
Right. It just wasn't there.
Because we had a surplus from the last couple of years where I over-canned everything, that means we will have through the next year. But all we can do is pray that next year's a good year, but from the looks of things, if it goes like it did this year, the heat was horrendous.
And the heat in 2024 is supposed to be worse than it was in 2023. I'll go ahead and tell you guys that.
Yeah.
They're predicting it to be worse. So if that's the case, Wanda and I are already trying to figure out ways to change that. We figure here at Deep South Homestead, we've farmed this land about as much as we need to for a while. It needs to rest, and we're ramping up Pecan Grove. That's where I'm at most of my days, is over there trying to get some kind of infrastructure in, trying to figure out how to keep the deer out of everything, and try to get some things ready so that we can plant when it comes time. And it's one of those things. My greenhouse over there, I haven't got it up yet.
Yeah, somebody asked about that. He put up, 1 or 2 boards this week?
I got 2 boards done this week. Literally. It's not been the right kind of weather. I've been tied up getting other things done. I got fencing that I got to start working on. We got cows. Gosh, guys, I'm not going to be able to keep all my cows. There's just no way. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with our cows and how we're going to divide them up, who we're going to get rid of, things to that nature. So this year has been a challenge for us to try to figure out, what would we do? Luckily, the years before we overcanned on some things, and it's allowed us to make it through this far so far.
Yeah.
But now I can't make any promises for this coming.
And we bought a lot of hay the last 3 years. Now this year we didn't buy. We bought hay, but we didn't buy. Usually we buy hay twice a year. This year we only bought it once this year because he didn't have it to buy.
Yeah, he didn't have it to buy. Yeah.
He just didn't because of the drought. There was not the second good crop. He kept what hay he had for his cows.
Yeah.
So we managed to bale some hay at Pecan Grove, but those few bales lasted less than 2 months?
Yeah.
About 2 months,
about
maybe.
2 months, maybe.
So
we've
got to ramp that up.
Well, there was never any grass here at Deep South Homestead for the cows all summer. I have fed hay for a solid year. The drought here, all the grass died.
And we thought we had enough hay for 2 years.
Yeah.
And as it is, it only lasted us 1 year because we had to feed all summer. And so that really took us down. And so at Pecan Grove, we have enough hay and grass and bushes when we redo the fencing. The cows have plenty to eat there.
Yeah.
But we can't overgraze with too many cows. So we've got to downsize.
The thing is, I mean, we talked about we wanted some pigs, but right now we don't even have anywhere to put a pig. I mean, that's the crazy thing about it. We would love to get a pig, but we don't have nowhere to put it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, all of our cows are bred, with the exception of maybe one or two. And we got a whole pile of babies fixing to be born here. And by March, we're going to probably be doubled in the size for cows. And I've got way too many now. You know what I mean? So
we've got to start making decisions this next week on what we're going to do.
Some of them may be going to freezer camp. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do.
And Miss Dolly's delivering any time.
Yeah,
Somebody
I got
asked
one.
about her.
Miss Dolly will be delivering, what is today? Today is the 9th. She'll be delivering in about 4 days.
If not earlier.
Yeah, if not earlier.
Then we have Shushan and Hadassah
and Trixie.
And Trixie due February to March.
Yep.
At Pecan Grove. And then here,
nobody's
pregnant here.
Well, they're pregnant. Daisy's bred. Dixie's bred.
What about Candy?
I don't know about Candy.
We've got their babies to take off.
Yeah, their babies.
Within the next month or so.
Yeah.
They're getting big enough. The babies are big enough to wean from the mamas. So we've gotten so many cows right now. We didn't realize we were going to have so many.
These things have multiplied. These Dexters have multiplied like crazy.
But it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. It is. Yeah. I mean, do I think Dolly will have twins? I doubt it. I would love. Well, I don't know if I would love it or not. I got so many cows now. I don't know what to do with them.
We don't need twins, but it would be nice to see twins. Yeah. So we don't know, but anyway.
It's a blessing from the Lord. We're gonna have to start butchering cows here for long. And I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just going to be honest with you, because these are really nice cows.
Amanda, you would have to send us a message at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Anybody that might be interested in these, it would be possibly Trixie, who is pregnant. Then we would have Dixie and Daisy here.
Yeah, we got Dixie and Daisy here that
we've got to make a decision on one of the
bulls. We got two bulls. I got to make a decision on which one I'm gonna keep.
Yeah. So.
Anyway.
We got to go.
Got
things to do.
We done spent a whole lot, another 30 minutes on here. We're taking these people's time. I am so sorry,
Somebody
people.
wanted us to stay another 2 hours.
Ooh. Thank you for wanting that, but anyway, we got to get out of here, guys. We just got to get more fencing put up at Pecan Grove so we can have more animals over there. That's where we're at. So, well, what are you doing there? Okay, stay away from over there.
Trying to move this one.
You don't have to move that one. You got to go right here first. That one will go away when you do that.
That one will go away? All right.
Yeah, anyway, you guys have a blessed